A couple of months ago, the Kenya Catholic Doctors Association cast doubt on the safety of the mass vaccination that was taking place in the country. At that time, it was the tetanus toxoid. A few months later, it was polio vaccines. And thereafter, measles, rubella. The Kenya Conference of Catholic Bishops sent a message to its institutions, schools, and hospitals, asking them to be cautious about exposing the young people under their care to these vaccines. Last month, a Catholic nun in Nakuru was arrested for resisting vaccinations. Today, the 9th day of June 2016, at the Kenya Medical Practitioners and Dentists Board, Dr. Stephen Karanja and Dr. Wahome Ngare are being interviewed, all say questioned, in a preliminary inquiry on allegations associated to they having advised or misled the public on this question of vaccinations. People of faith are gathering to pray in solidarity with them.
My name is James Nyiha, an advocate. I have just been representing Dr. Stephen Karanja and Dr. Wahome Ngare at the Medical Practitioners and Dentists Board. Now, Dr. Karanja and Dr. Wahome had been summoned to the board to answer various charges relating to their comments or the comments they made about the vaccination program. We have had a very fruitful session with the board. We have put our case forward. They have seen the point that the Catholic Church has always been talking about, and to take the matter forward so as to come to a permanent solution. The board has agreed and suggested, and we have also agreed in line with the suggestion of the board, that we go for mediation, at which the board and the ministry will be on the one hand, and the Catholic Church, represented by Dr. Wahome Ngare and Dr. Karanja and other experts that they will get, will be on the other side, and a joint solution will be found or sought for the problem that has been in existence.
My name is Dr. Wahome Ngare. I'm an obstetrician gynecologist, and I am a member of the Catholic Doctors Association, which is the technical arm of the KCCB. And we came here today to meet with the board after being summoned because of the concerns about vaccine safety. We had a very interesting meeting, and we were able to demonstrate to the board our concerns, which they have taken into consideration. And we've been able to craft a way forward where the board and the ministry and ourselves will come together to see if we can resolve this matter of vaccine safety once and for all, for the good of our children and for the good of this country.
My name is Dr. Stephen Karanja. I am an obstetrician and gynecologist, the chairman of the Kenya Catholic Doctors Association, a member of the executive committee of the Health Commission of the Bishops of Kenya. And today, I and Dr. Ngare here was summoned to this Kenya Medical Practitioners and Dentists Board. Now, we were surprisingly asked to come here, somebody to come here, because we had to answer allegations against ourselves. Can you imagine that we are actually being dangerous to the vaccination in this country? For somebody who does not know Dr. Ngare and me, our passion for life, the passion for the health of our children, of women, And for human life in general, they will not understand how unjust this sermon was. But how come anyone would expect something beautiful to come without pain? Today, we have had a discussion with them. And in the discussion, it is come clear that there are a lot of things that the board did not know. But now they understand that there is a need for the board itself, for the Ministry of Health, and for us from the church to meet together and maybe mediate and see how all our energies can be focused for what is good for the people of this country, especially the children and women.
Obviously, in this area of vaccination, there have been two perspectives. There have been those that say that there is a problem with the vaccination that primarily has been coming from the Catholic Church. And then there's that says, no, there has been nothing wrong with the vaccination. It's tested and we are fully okay with it. That primarily has been the Ministry of Health who have been carrying out that view. But going back to those particular matters, one, by way of law, there is nothing wrong for a doctor commenting on an area which is not his specialization. I could give facts regarding maternal health. I may not be a gynecologist. I may lay bare facts, say to do with the health of children. I'm not a pediatrician, but there is nothing in law that prohibits. You must be able to demonstrate that what you have stated is professional misconduct. In two ways. One, is it dishonest? Or two, have you done it negligently, so to speak, or taken an action negligently, like assumed responsibility that there's a pediatrician in a hospital, I am a GP, I take responsibility, and as a result, there is harm to this child. Then at that point, it can be challenged.
Now, in your estimation, could it be that the doctors that are to appear before the board are against all vaccinations, or just the campaigns of the mass vaccination? In your understanding, from what you hear?
Well, obviously it's anecdotal. I think the best people would be the doctors to speak. But I've had privilege of interacting personally with at least one of the doctors, and my understanding is that the concern has been very specific, not an anti-vaccination campaign, but more one that looks at specific drug or vaccine that is being used in the course of these vaccinations, where there are concerns that have been raised regarding the same. I also understand that there may have been some testing that has also been done within the auspices of the Catholic Church, which have leveled those concerns. I mean, also to be fair, there have been how do you call it, tests that have been done jointly. To my view, it seems that the results are contested because what I have heard as a director of medical services says they are clear. What I have heard again from the other side is share the results so that we can verify that they are actually clear. And last week, I think there was some communication regarding a demand letter that had been written to the Pharmacy and Poisons Board on a matter related to that, which seemed to indicate that perhaps the results that were alleged to have come out were not necessarily exactly the truth.